lot of people who struggle with talking with each other and sharing their stories. And that's where he realized that we need something like a Toastmasters where all of us get together and have fun and share our stories. Along with that, we also build our public speaking skills and leadership skills. So now Toastmasters is present in more than 270,000 places, and Bright Hearts is one of the beautiful chapters we have among 148 countries in India, in Bangalore, in HSR. This is one place that you have. Now, talking about me starting the meeting, because I start the meeting, I have to set the ground rules for the meetings. And there are a few ground rules here. So I'll give you 10 seconds to bring out your phone, put it in silent mode or switch off mode. Because this is a public speaking platform, so we ensure that all the speakers get ample attention from you guys, as well as we don't disturb them while they are speaking on the stage. Show me a thumbs up once you are done. Great. Now, second rule, the washroom is there, you can use it. We'll also have breaks, so you can use that for having tea and snacks. So tea will be served during the breaks. Avoid cross-talking again when the speaker is speaking on stage, because you want to respect them while they are on stage as well. So if you have to cross-talk or move out, you do it during the applause, okay? When you're coming on stage, you can shake hands or do fist bump. Avoid talking about topics like sex, religion, and politics, because those are some sensitive topics and we are here to make friends and not create wars. With that, we have our presiding officer who's... So our presiding officer was dancing with us yesterday, right? So Bright Hearts got together yesterday and went to Zumba together. And our presiding officer was one of the energetic person out there, motivating everyone and bringing in that energy. And throughout that 1 hour, he didn't stop. And he is our BPPR, Vice President Public Relations in Bright Hearts. And whenever he is on stage, you are going to get some quirky information and a lot of jokes punched in all together when he comes and delivers his speeches or his evaluations. So with that, without much ado, welcoming our presiding officer, Twinshu.
Twinshu, 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 Twinshu.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
How are you all doing?
Great.
Now I have one question for all of you. You have to ask me again a question with what? From where did you get that?
What?
That dedication that lets you come here in this Sunday hot evening, or rather I would say afternoon. So today I am presiding officer of the day, and can I see a quick show of hands of who all are guests present in the room? Okay. Okay. Karthik, you can also raise. So Karthik is my college friend. So before we start the meeting, I would tell the guest, for the betterment of the guest, I would like to tell you about what Bright Hearts Toastmaster is, although Debsha has touched upon it. So Bright Hearts Toastmaster has been in inception from 1.5 years. So it started on September 2024. So we are a small part of that big community. Here it gives us a supportive environment to try out public speaking and leadership skills, to learn and thrive in our career and all together in our life. So before we go further into my meeting, so I would like to call upon few guests. If they just raise your hands, I would ask you to tell you about, just introduce yourself. How did you get to know about Bright Hearts and why are you here? So anyone who want to volunteer, you can, sir, why don't you come? Yeah.
Naman.
Naman, 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 Naman.
So hi everyone, I'm Naman, and I am working here as a data engineer, and I'm living in the Belandur with my sister. I was told by my sister you should join, so she told me like you should join this group, and I'm here to gain some public speaking skill and some communication skill as well. So that's what I'm trying. Thank you.
Thank you, Naman. Your sister recommended the right place because the right way is the right way. Anyway, anyone who other want to volunteer, come on stage. Karthik, why don't you?
Hi everyone, I am Karthik and currently I am working as a software engineer in Umain startup, and I am from Maharashtra, and I got to know about Toastmaster by Twinshu. Me and Twinshu are in same college in Nagpur, and I am here for improving my communication skill and public skill. Thank you.
Thank you, Karthik. We are all here for improving our communication skill and public speaking. So now, hereby I start meeting number 81 open. When I see the theme for this week, that is the Indian bites. The bites with that, I thought, is it the burger bite he's talking about? Because we take the biggest bite there in when we eat burger. So Abhishek was our previous XCOM, part of XCOM and public relations. I inspired by him with the sense that he develops that theme, poster theme, by adding and creativity by use of AI. So from that, I thought, why not to edit his picture and his theme using AI? I shared the picture with him. He said that samosas are a lot. I don't want samosa in my table. I want biryani. So I added that biryani, and I know Abhishek as a foodie guy, and I have a proof. I would say why. We were heading to Cochin for the crescendo. Every conversation ends at only one thing: food. That Italian food, that French food, that Jen eats like that. I said okay. So, and with food, I would say it is the second most hobby of the people. If I ask what do you do and what do you love to do, because the first one is sleeping. So with big round of applause to our foodie in the club, Abhishek. Abhi, 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 Abhi. So how are you, Abhi?
I am very good. How about you?
I am a bit tired. I just came from Nandi Hills and feeling a lot hungry.
Oh, you're feeling hungry.
Yes.
No worries. Let me do something.
Okay.
Let me order something for you.
Okay.
What you would like to have? Biryani?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Let me order biryani from you from Swiggy or Zomato. Oh, Zomato. Let me try to order biryani from Zomato. Hyderabadi biryani? You don't want, right?
Anything works. I'm not that much of foodie, but
Okay.
it's your call.
Let me check. Hyderabadi biryani? Nah.
Okay.
Meghna biryani. Surprising, 90 rupees.
Oh.
Oh my God. Ambur biryani, 60 minutes. Nagarjuna, not available. What is this? No worries, no worries. I know you are hungry. I will cook biryani from here only.
Okay.
Don't worry.
How are you going to do that?
You see the magic here. Just wait
Okay.
for 1.5 hours.
Oh shit.
The magic happens. Come on, I'm not good. Don't have watching so much suspense.
Chef Abhi is getting
Yeah.
ready.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to bring something. My weapon. I took it especially from my wife. I have to steal it. So now I'm going to make biryani for you. Okay.
Okay.
So first, let me see what ingredients I have. I have rice. Okay. Oh, I have all the masala. Oh, I have veggies. And what you want? Paneer, chicken, or mutton in the biryani?
Veg.
Veg. I am veg.
Okay. I'm in dilemma. Mutual dilemma. Okay, I will go for egg. Egg is considered as veg, right?
Not. Yes. Okay.
What an audience I have. And the most important, okay, and the most important thing for biryani, that is, any guesses? No, we have rice.
Biryani masala.
We have masala.
Raita, raita.
Raita we will make. We have a lot of raita. No, it is patience. Because a good biryani is like a good communication. It can't be made in a hurry. Okay. So before I start cooking, oh, sorry, I forgot why I am here. So, good evening, everyone. I welcome you to the meeting 81 of Bright Hearts. And the theme of today's meeting is the Great Indian Bites. Okay. Today, we are going to discover the flavors of India. And let me start with one flavor, and that flavor is of biryani. So today I am playing the role of T-Mod. My role is very simple. Just make sure the meeting is smooth. The fire and the energy does not go low. And the biryani is not burnt. Okay. Now, before I start cooking biryani, let me set it there. So I'm cooking biryani here. You know what? In biryani, there are 3 stages. Very much similar to what stage we have in our Toastmaster meeting today. The stage 1, the rice layer. It is very much similar to prepared speeches. We can't have biryani without rice. Rice is the foundation. Similarly, in a Toastmaster meeting, prepared speeches is the foundation. Our speakers are just like basmati rice, flavorful, enriched, and they are going to add the foundation to this meeting. Then comes the second layer, which is the masala layer. You know, masala layer can be dangerous. So is the table topic. Anything can happen. It can go right, it can go left, it can go center. Okay. And finally, come the best and the important thing is dum. Okay. A dum is very important for biryani. Dum give us flavors and aroma. Similarly, our evaluators are going to add that dum to the speakers. They, via their feedback, suggestion, they will enhance the speakers. So this is how our today meeting is going to happen. Now, before I start cooking my biryani, okay, I want to introduce someone who is going to be not going to be the head chef because I have taken that role. He is going to be the master chef. But you know what? Good things take time. And similarly, he is also going to take his time. Yeah. So let him take his time. And let me introduce our GE for today. And he is no other than Akshay Abraham Oman. Oh, by the way, till he is coming, I asked Akshay, tell me which food item you like. Now, he told something like he liked butter chicken. Not because butter chicken is so creamy, because this guy is so creamy and juicy and saucy. Yeah. Since Akshay is not here, let me introduce his tag team. Oh, sorry, Akshay. Oh, did you miss that juicy part or creamy part? Okay. I can. Okay. So let me introduce the tag team because in a biryani, we need a lot of things. Similarly, for a very tasty and exciting Toastmaster meeting, we need a team, and that team is called tag team. So in any of the food item, timing is very important. So is our timer. And the timer for today is Shri Hari. Please welcome Shri Hari. Shri Hari, Shri Hari. Shri Hari, Shri Hari.
Hello everyone, I'm Srihari. I'll be the timer for today. I'm really excited about this meeting specifically because I'm not just a foodie and someone who likes cooking. Just the fact that we have flavors from all around India makes me really excited and I look forward to it. I think timing is quite something that is common for cooking as well as for public speaking. I mean, I sometimes make tea, and something that people complain to me is sometimes I spend very little time boiling the tea, that it doesn't properly infuse the flavor of ginger and cardamom. Some other time I overboil it so that my tea looks more like biryani with all the extra flavors. So today I'll be ensuring that our speakers are timed, and the time they get ample amount of time, realization of how much time they are taking, so that they can wrap up their speech accordingly. So as a timer, I'll be timing the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluations. I'll also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and the red cards. So the table topic speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At the 1 minute mark, I'll raise the green card. At the 1 minute 30-second mark, I'll raise the yellow card. At the 2 minute mark, I'll raise the red card. I'll keep raising the red card till the speech is concluded. For the icebreaker speeches, the limit is 4 to 6 minutes. At the 4 minute, it'll be the green card. At the 5 minute mark, it'll be the yellow card. At the 6 minute, it'll be the red card. For most other speeches, it'll be 5 to 7 minutes. That's all of the prepared speeches. At the 5th minute, we'll raise the green card. 6th minute will be the yellow card. 7th minute will be the red card. The timing is applicable for evaluations as well. Evaluations has a limit of 2 to 3 minutes. At the 2nd minute, I'll raise the green card. 2 minutes, 30 seconds, it'll be the yellow card. And the 3 minute, it'll be the red card. So that'll be it. I'll be keeping the time. I'll be sharing the results when invited by the general evaluator after the meeting. Thank you.
Actually, now I would like to find someone. She is just like the whistle in the fish cook. It is very important. And for that, I like to call our counter, Pragya.
Pragya, 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 Pragya.
A very good evening, everyone. Dear Toastmasters and guests. Sri Hari told us that he makes tea. Can all of you raise the hand who knows how to make tea? Okay, so many people.
Boba tea?
You must be agreeing with me that there are 4 major ingredients to make tea, right? 4 major ingredients. Are you agreeing with me? Yeah, water I am considering. Water, milk, sugar, and tea leaves. Okay?
Yes.
I'm just taking the 4 major ingredients. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, major ingredients. Without this, we cannot make tea, right? Similarly, for a good speech, there are 4 major things that we should keep in mind. Those are CRPF. C is for crutch words, which could be like, you know, well, so. P is for, R is for repetitive words. That could be when we are repeating the same word. I, you know, you know. Now P is for pauses, long pauses, when we have that awkward long pauses in between the speech. And F is for filler words. That could be the sound of So when we are making tea, what do we keep in mind? We should keep all the 4 ingredients in balance. And in some cases, some other ingredients also. Similarly, when we are providing or giving a speech, that time we should keep in mind that CRPF is in balance amount. That time it blend naturally in a speech, and all the speakers can present their speech in a nice manner. But when this CRPF goes high in amount, what happens that the audience cannot savor the speech. So, as a counter for the day, I would keep a note of all the filler words or the sound of also the repetitive words. And at the end of the meeting, I'll provide my report. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, let me call someone who is going to play the role of a salt in the food. Like having the balanced salt in the food can enhance the food, right? Similarly, having the balanced grammar in the speech can enhance it. And with that, I call. Sorry, Vibha. 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 Vibha.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. How many of you have a food memory from your childhood? And I too. So in my childhood, whenever my mom made something special, we had this ritual that all of my cousins used to come together and we used to eat from a big plate. So one of my favorite memories of that is hot aloo parathas. The moment my mom served them, we all used to jump and quickly grab the pieces from the plate, just like puppies fighting for the treat. We did not just eat the food. We used to truly savor the moment together with laughter, chaos, and snatching the first bite. So even today, when I try to make the same aloo parathas, the taste still feels different. Maybe I miss some ingredients or some imbalance of spices make a whole difference. So today, as a grammarian to this meeting, I will be listening carefully for all the effective phrases, correct and incorrect uses of grammar, also the word of the day. The word of the day is savor, a verb which means to enjoy something completely and deeply. For example, I want to savor every bite of my favorite dessert. We should savor the happy moments we spend with the family. I encourage everyone to use the word savor at least once during the meeting. And a special request to the audience to please give a thumbs up to the speaker when you hear the word of the day. With that, I will be back with my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Vibha. Okay. Now, I am going to call someone who is exactly like a garam masala. Like, again, the balance of garam masala can bring a lot of flavor. And he is none other than Badri. 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 Badri.
Thank you, D.M. Moody, for that. Good evening, bright arts and my dear guests.
Good evening.
Today, we are going to experience the flavor of food in all aspects. Today, I'll be acting as your chef master, and at this moment, I'm going to take you to my childhood days. There was a time where we went to a restaurant as a family, and my mother ordered something called parota. It's very famous in Tamil Nadu, and that was my first time when I used to hear that kind of a recipe. And after that, I was a huge fan of that, and till now I'm having that in regular times. It's not good for health, but sometimes I used to have it. But every time when I used to taste it, it'd be like superb for your what do you say, instincts or something. And it's good in my native as well. For that particular parota, they used to give 4 to 5 varieties of salnas for that. So it added a good item towards that as well. Today I'll be acting as your chef master, and today we are going to experience a lot of things. I'm going to conduct an activity. The activity will be of 2 rounds. One is the aroma challenge and another one is the touch challenge. With this, I'm going to explore more about this in my special role. Thank you for it.
So talking about food, in India, food is not just a food, it is much more than that. Like literally, Devsha and Arna can bond over tea. They can become besties. Saj and me, we can literally break each other heads over who is going to win a Pani Puri competition. Is it true, Saj? Okay, I will save my head. It matters on the water. So let me tell you a short story about biryani. Biryani come from Persian or Central Asian country to India on the sea, on the boat, via sea. It enters the Mughals' kitchen. Initially, it was served as a novelty food. And over years, biryani got a passport of India. And it became a permanent member of India. And it becomes such a member that now we have over 100 variety of biryani. Like Karnataka has a Done biryani, Hyderabad has Hyderabadi, Lucknow has Avdi biryani, and Tamil Nadu has also Ambur biryani. Biryani has become so native that in each state, if you go, everywhere they claim biryani belong to them. And talking about Bangalore tell we don't want only one flavor of biryani. Bring all the biryani. We will eat it all. Like literally in Bangalore, there are so much variety of biryani you can find. Like I can start my day with 5 in the morning eating military biryani, afternoon Ambur biryani, again pre-lunch Done biryani, evening Nagarjuna biryani, dinner Meghna biryani, and in night some biryani with shawarma. Like I can literally spend my 1 month of salary and 30 days, and every day I will be eating a new biryani. And to my surprise, again I found, oh, I left that biryani shop. Like biryani is very fascinating thing. Okay. Now I had set my biryani. The biryani will be cooked slowly. But before that, let us do a small quiz on food. Oh, can you swipe back? So let's play Kaun Banega Foodpati. Oh, this was good. Okay. To ensure I use better AI. Yes, yes. Cool. Can we have the first question, please? Okay, it's on biryani. I hope everyone is a biryani lover in this room, right? Okay, maybe anyone can raise his hand to answer. Badri? Okay, and you win 0 prize because we don't have any prize. Yes, you're correct. Devsha? You are right. Mughals and Persian, because it came on the boat. Moving on, next question. Which popular Indian food ingredient was not originally from India? Option is potato, tomato, chili, and all of the above. Guys, raise your hands. Maybe, sir, you. Right? Smart audience. Because everything came from different things, like mainly potato, tomato, and chili came from Portuguese. Moving on. Okay. Which Indian snack is believed to have Central Asian or Middle Eastern origin before become fully Indian? Hey, biryani is a snack. Okay. Okay, search. Oh, smart people. Okay, okay, maybe this. In ancient dosha recipe, which is originally different because they do not contain which ingredients? Rice, salt, potato, fermentation. Search. No, you don't need to answer that. Maybe. Okay, Devsha. See the answer? Because so this is the very fun part. Now, this is very fun part and irony. Dosa came first and masala dosa came later. What a tragedy is this? Cool then. Stop. Okay. With that, I would like to call the first. Let us go to the first section, prepared section. And for that, I would like to call the first evaluator of the day. And we have Carol. Carol. Akshay. Hi, Carol. So when I asked Carol about his food combination she likes, and people are a bit judgmental about that, so she gave me a very sweet reply. She liked upma with Maggi.
No, upma with jalebi.
Oh, upma with jalebi. My bad. What a sweet combination is there, Carol?
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. So I know that this meeting is going to be filled with aromatic experiences, but to start this meeting on a delicious note, we have our very first speaker giving his very first speech in his Toastmasters journey, which is nothing but the icebreaker speech. Right. So now, as per the purpose of the project, the speaker will be introducing about himself to the members of the club and will also be applying or learning the basic structure of a public speech. Timer, please note timing for the speech is 4 to 6 minutes. And I request all the audience members to please give a standing ovation to the speaker as a mark of appreciation for his first step in his Toastmasters journey. With that, all the best to my target speaker, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Carol. And with that, I would like to call the first speaker of the day, Sujit. 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 So I asked him, like, what is the most weird food experience? Okay, and he is a ramen ball lover. So in Chennai, he heard about a place which is giving the best ramen in the city. With high expectation, he went there. But his ramen turned out to be very bland. Like he can only taste the spice. And what a sad experience he has for a ramen lover. I hope you recover soon from that. Thank you. So with that, Sujit, discovering my voice one step at a time. Discovering my voice one step at a time, Sujit.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
Today, I will walk you through my journey from participating in school activities to standing on this stage today. My name is Sujit Ghodskar. I grew up in a city called Nanded in Maharashtra, where I completed both my schooling and college education. Later, I joined IIT Madras for my graduation. Throughout my academic career, I was a very good student who genuinely loved studying, enjoyed studying. Even in fact, during summer vacation, I used to study next year's syllabus just for fun. So while growing up, apart from studies, I used to love playing cricket and football. I used to spend almost all my free time on the playground with my friends when I was not studying. I was not exceptionally good at sports, but I always loved participating in team activities. Whether it is a school project, a dance competition, or a sports event. When I joined IIT Madras, I wanted to bring that sense of fun and balance back into my life, along with the hectic academic curriculum. So I joined my hostel football team. I used to spend hours playing football without any worries. But the moment I returned from the playground, the reality would hit me that I still had many assignments to submit before end of the day. Throughout my college year, I met many wonderful friends from different parts of our country, which those friendships became some of the best memories of my life. After graduation, I joined IT industry, even though I'm a mechanical graduate. Once I secured a job, I felt life was going well. But one day, my manager, Simi, and me were attending an in-person meeting to present our report with the senior management. When it was my turn to speak, I became very nervous. I completely blanked out. And instead of speaking confidently, explaining my report, I ended up reading from the slides, word by word. So that moment made me realize how important the communication and presentation skills are for my growing career. I started looking out for ways to improve my public speaking. My English communication had never been strong, but I always wanted because of this moment, I wanted to change that. So I started looking out for multiple ways to improve my public speaking. That's when I came across Toastmaster International. I visited Bright Hearts Toastmaster for the very first time. The club was filled with warm, welcoming, and encouraging people. Mani's friendly smile, Sauj's words of encouragement, Debsha's guidance helped me take the first step to stand here before you in front of the stage, on this stage. In conclusion, studies gave me the knowledge to grow in my career. Sports gave me the happiness during my difficult times. And this public speaking journey is giving me confidence in my professional life. So I hope with your help and guidance, I will overcome my fear of public speaking and grow into a confident communicator and a leader. Thank you.
Let me check my biryani. How is my biryani doing? Okay, it is doing good. And we have our GE also. Good things takes time. Okay. Now, okay, till the time biryani is cooking and our second speaker comes on the stage, let's play a small game. Now, this game is very simple. You have to tell me 8 different kind of biryani which is being found in Bangalore. So anyone who would like to try this, you have to come on the stage. Yeah, 8 different kind of biryanis. Anyone can win. It's not biryani. Come on, biryani lovers. Maybe someone can try. Okay, okay. Come on, Rosie. This is like the table topic of biryani.
So basically, it shouldn't be brands or it could be anything.
No. Okay, any.
Okay. Yes. Okay, it could be anything. Yesterday I had Nagarjuna biryani.
Hey, one.
Okay. Meghna, Sharif Bhai, Ambur, Star Biryani,
5,
Donne Biryani,
6.
Hyderabad House Biryani,
Okay.
Mani Dum Biryani,
8.
my home biryani. Done, no?
Done. Here's the biryani lover. Sing. Woo. Maybe Devsha, next slide. So we have this. Dandigul was missing. Meghna is Donne biryani. Cool then. A big shout to all the biryani lovers in this room. Cool then. For the now, I would like to call our next speaker. But before that, I would like to call her evaluator, Manjarika. Manju. Oh, Manju. Manju.
Good evening, my dear Toastmasters and dear guests. Today, my target speaker Sangam will be attempting his level 1 project 4 of his pathway presentation mastery. Timer, please note that the duration of the speech is from 5 to 7 minutes. And with that, I wish all the best to my target speaker.
Okay, now with that, I would like to call our second speaker, Sangam. Sangam. So I asked Sangam, what is his one food experience he would not like to have again? And his reply was like once he ended up eating dal with bhoot jaloka. So it is one of the deadliest or ghosted chili. And he think it is a hybrid Hyderabadi chili. And he put the entire packet. And he is lucky to survive that. With that all? Sangam, the overthinking butterfly, Sangam.
Fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests, I used to think Toastmasters is just about public speaking and leadership. But nobody told me it's also about cooking lessons. So you might be wondering why I am holding this bag. This is a Crescendo bag.
Ooh.
So at Crescendo, when I opened my goodies bag and I take out my dosa, I looked at it and thought, what? Dosa? Really? And I've been living in PG for last 3 years and having only dosa. And at this point, I don't like it. But then 2 days ago, I looked at it again. Free breakfast. So I decided to give it a try. Usually, I'm a type of guy who rushes through things. And the type of guy who studies, who studies night before the exam and call it a strategy. And with dosa, I applied the same strategy. I rushed it and added extra curd to make it faster. It was a big disaster. Instead of turning crispy, it turns into a sticky, messy disaster. Then I had one thought. While preparing for this speech, I wanted to have a title and I did not know what to say. Then I thought my mind is also like this sticky dosa, sticky and messy. So I'm at that age of my life when I see everyone surrounding me and they are moving forward in their career. It seems like they have figured it out. And when I look at them and I don't give enough efforts, I feel like I'm already feeling behind. So I pile up on tasks, office work, late night studies, and club duties. I think by piling up the work, it will push me to act, but instead, it doesn't help. Sometimes I freeze, and sometimes I shut down myself completely. But recently, I went on a trip to Marari. And there we had a fun morning. We were playing frisbee on the beach, having laughter and enjoying. When we came back from the beach to our villa, I slipped away. That's just me. I took some time for myself for quiet peace. As I stood there, I was looking at the butterflies. They were effortless. And I just had a thought. This butterfly was once a caterpillar. And caterpillar doesn't overthink. They are not looking into LinkedIn, scrolling and seeing who is getting promoted. Instead, they just stay on their cocoon in the dark environment and patiently waiting and believing that the struggles they are going through right now will give them wings one day. So this butterfly reminded me of Toastmasters and the things it has been teaching me since day one. And that was, it is not about the uncomfortable phase. It's about the process. And then I looked at my journey back. So when I did my first speech, I used the paper and my legs were shivering. Second speech, I used my mobile phone. Third speech, I did not use any phone, but I was still not believing in the positive feedback that I was giving. Then last week, I won the table topics. It is the most feared for me. And later when I saw the Instagram story of Bright Hearts and I looked at myself, and for the first time, I found myself confident in a long time. And it made me realize that I'm like that just butterfly who just started to fly. So we all wanted to be perfect. We all want that perfect crispy dosa. We all wanted that perfect career. But we don't realize that life is not exact, that life does not work the same way. So next time, if life gives you a sticky, messy dosa, don't throw it away. Laugh at it. Learn from it. And savor every messy take. And one day, when you're looking through your Instagram random post, you will realize that you are not the guy who was trembling on the stage. You are the guy who belongs on that stage. And that, my dear friend, is the butterfly. And it was never ready to fly in the first take. So over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Sangam. Sangam, you were very lucky that you were able to make something. If I would have made it, like it would have become nuclear disaster for sure. Thank you. Cool. Let me check my biryani. It is still cooking. Okay, now before till the time my biryani is cooking, let me check your FQ. By FQ, I mean food courts. Okay. Now it is very simple. I am going to show you some emojis. Okay. And you have to guess the food item. No teamwork, please. Be imagine I see individual contributors. Okay. You have to raise your hands. Hey. Okay, guess the food. Raise. Come on, Akshay. Come on, I see. Okay. I don't know the answer. Okay, answer please. Answer. You don't know the answer. It's biryani. It's neither Hyderabadi biryani, it's simple biryani. Okay, maybe the second question. Okay. Okay. I don't know anything. It's okay. Let's go for answer. Hey, Akshay win. Okay. Now this. Guess what is it? Is it egg? Hey, dosa came now. Any more guesses? Yeah, please. Any more guesses? Okay, maybe Devsha, the answer, please. It's Pani Puri. What is this, guys? Golgappa. Okay, next. Okay, now guess it. Okay, see the answer? Oh, it's butter chicken. Akshay's favorite. Now guess this. Okay. Huh? Okay. Any more? Come on, guys, please try. Answer, please. Oh, she won. We have got the smart people in the room. Okay. Okay. Now calling the last speaker of the day, and let me call the evaluator first. So can we have Madhur on the stage? Madhur. So I asked Madhur, what is his favorite food combo? And he replied was, he liked plain rice with milk. My expression was like that only. So, Madhur, don't you think like someone was trying to make kheer, but they forgot to add sugar, cashew nuts, dry fruits, missed to cook it, something like that? Now he gave me a very beautiful answer. Bro, it is like my reset button. My mom used to make it for me like in the childhood days. Oh.
Thank you so much, Abhishek, for sharing that thought. And yes, honestly, It's a childhood memory for me where some days my mother used to be little lazy and give me whatever she has in a fridge. And I was end up liking this dish till date. And it's the favorite dish for me as an escape if I don't want to cook anything. Now, Abhishek, I'm curious about the dish that you're preparing, and I'm already feeling hungry by listening to so much dishes, especially the biryani.
Right.
But are you sure this biryani is enough for every one of us?
Yeah, we have. We have food for thoughts.
Amazing. So thoughtful. Amazing. With that, today I will be playing the role of evaluator for a speaker, and the speaker will be attempting level 1 project 4, where the purpose of the speech is to present a speech on any topic and incorporate the feedback received from the first speech. Timer, please note the timing of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. And with that, I wish all the best to my speaker, Toastmaster Somil. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Okay. Now, with that, let us call the last speaker of the day, Somil. Hail Somil! Hail Somil! Hail Somil! So I asked Somil, tell me one food item which represents your personality. And he gave me a very sweet answer because he told me, no, not gulab jamun. It's something different. He is like ghevar. So ghevar is a Rajasthani sweet, which is hard and rough from outside, but sweet from inside. With that, hand over to Somil. Somil, the boy who hates math, Somil. Thank you.
A quick show of hands if you hated maths. I relate with you guys. I absolutely hated maths. Good evening, dear Toastmasters and my dear guests. I absolutely hated math, and to such extreme that if my crush at school would come and tell me, Somil, I will give you a kiss if you score perfect 100, I will change my crush. But in 10th grade, one teacher changed the way how I looked at maths and somehow changed the way how I looked at myself. The story begins when I was in 9th grade. I was coming back from school in my school bus, and in my hand, I had an answer sheet with F written on it. This was my maths mock paper, which happened before our final exams. And for the first time in my life, I had failed an exam. That day, I had two options. Either I come clean or I hide the paper. So I hid the paper. But one day, when my mom was cleaning the room, she found my answer sheet and she shouted, Somil! I come running from the other room and I see my mom staring at me with anger on her face. Have you guys heard of that famous saying that behind a very angry woman, there's always a man? That day, that man was me. She pulls my ear and takes me to the other room where my dad was sitting and hands him the answer sheet. My dad used to teach me maths. He used to wake me up every day at 5 a.m. in the morning. And failing in one subject that he used to teach me was a big question mark on it. He looks at the paper, he looks at me, and I stood there in silence, waiting for him to scold me. But that day, instead of scolding me, he said, Somil, I am tired of you. Do whatever you want to do. And he leaves the room. That day, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't see anger in my father's eyes. But what I saw was disappointment. And for some reason, that hurted more than any punishment ever could. That was the last time when he woke me up at 5 a.m. Then came the 10th grade. 10th grade means board exams. Do you guys remember your board exams? I think during board exams, every parent tell their kids one lie, that beta, just do good in these exams. Your future will be secured. Even I was told the same lie. And to secure my future, my parents sent me to a maths tuition, Quatra Sir's tuition. Quatra Sir had a very unique way of teaching, where teachers used to focus on what formula to use. Quatra Sir focused on one thing, why we need to use this formula. He used to tell us, do not jump to the solution, break down the problem statement into sub-problems and then attempt it. Slowly, his method started making sense. Slowly, I started enjoying maths. The subject that I used to fear the most started becoming my strength. One day, just few days before our board exams, Quatra Sir distributes a sheet of 100 questions. And he announces, if you solve each and every question on the sheet, I guarantee you that you will get a perfect score. I always trusted Quatra Sir. And for some reason, that thing just kept inside me. And I didn't solve any NCRT. I didn't solve any previous year question papers. I didn't refer to anything. I just solved those 100 questions. Not once, but twice. The exam day arrived, and I still remember I exited the exam hall 15 minutes early. For the first time in my life, I was not scared of maths. For the first time in my life, I knew I nailed it. Few days later, the results come out. My mom was in the other room. She looks at my result and shouts, Pavel! Whenever she shouts my name, my heart stops beating. Because I don't know what I'm going to be scolded for. So I run into the room and I saw her face. This time, she had a smile. She grabs my arm and takes me to the other room where my dad was sitting and hands in the result. I got a perfect score. I scored 100 out of 100. This was the same time, this was the same room, just 1 year apart, and everything felt different. Last time when I saw my dad, he had disappointment in his eyes. This time, he had a smile. This time, he had pride in his eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, Quatra Sir didn't only teach me maths, but also helped me believe that I'm capable of doing anything in life. And that is the power of a strong mentor. That is the power of a strong teacher, right? Because a strong mentor doesn't tell you the answers, but they make you believe that you are capable of finding solutions for each and everything. So if you had that person in your life, call them, visit them, tell them that what difference they have made in your life. Because people like Quatra Sir don't always know what mountains they have moved until you go and tell them. Thank you.
Cool then. Before I check my biryani, let me add something. Thank you for this wonderful, flavorful meeting. This meeting actually reminds me of India, because in India, we have so many states, we have so many food, we have so many culture and language. It in turn remind me of Bright Hearts. You know why? Because in Bright Hearts, we have members from every state, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Delhi, from each and every state. But each member bring his own unique flavor, his unique perspective and unique ideas. And that is what Bright Heart stands for. In biryani, it is not one ingredients which make it, but it is the magic of combination of all the ingredients. So it is true for the Bright Hearts also. Similarly, as we come to an end of this of the first section, let us not end the section with just conversation, but also with learning and fun. And now let me check the biryani. Okay, I'm feeling very. Oh, oh my God! It's not cooked. Oh, okay. Now I have to go. Sorry, guys. I have to leave him hungry. Sorry, Priyanshu. But so he got you covered. You have samosas and tea. Hey, hip hip hooray to Swiggy. Okay, and with that, we end our first section. And Devshan, your code. And the voting lights are open. You can access them on this URL BSTM. Vote 1.
BHPM vote 1. Everything is gone. Wi-Fi of mushroom, fructose and side mushroom.
Thumbs up who have voted. Okay, only one person. 2, 3, 5. Come on, guys. Five 30. Okay, so people who have voted, they can go to have tea and snacks. Disha. Five 5:30. Okay, I think we will connect again at 5:30. Yeah. But please vote. Why are you standing against this backdrop? Is it looking how's the chance? I had a conference to attend in Whitefield, which was a Toastmasters conference. That was nice. One concept. Face and as a bag. Oh, why didn't you come? Guys, please back to the meeting. So we resume again. Can we have people? Okay, cool. We can start. So we have completed our first section, that is of the prepared speeches. Now we are going for the second section of the meeting, and that is table topic. And for that, I would like to call the table topic master of the day, and that is Arna Gupta. Arna. Arna. So I asked Arna, tell me your weird food experience, your weird food combo, and any food personality. She gave me all the three answers, putting me in dilemma. How to introduce her best. But somehow I got something. So one food item which she relates, that is pani puri, golgappa, or fuchka. And you know why? Because sometimes small things can be very deadly. Just like pani puri. The spicy one can literally kill you, and the sweet one can make you die. With that, I introduce Arna.
Two mics. My house is a calm place where reason rules. Unless we have to figure out where we're going out to eat. Then we just go in circles. The conversation goes something like this. Ma, where do you want to go out to eat? Anything works, beta. What of anything works? I don't have a preference. If you don't have a preference, you don't care, why are we going? And we go around in circles. But table topics is the exact opposite. I will be calling on about a member or a guest and giving a random topic. And you will have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes with clarity and without confusion. Now, I have a small thing to help with that. It's called the Oreo method. You start with an opinion. You state your reason for that opinion. You give an example for that opinion. And then finally, you restate the opinion. So anything works turns into something like, I want to have Chinese because I've been craving something spicy. And last time we went to a Chinese restaurant, you liked the Manchurian too. And then finally, so what do you say? How's Chinese? So with that, let's get started. Let's have a member. Wasim? Toastmaster Wasim. Life is like biryani. Life is like biryani. Toastmaster Wasim.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Do you remember how many types of biryani that we listed before?
8.
How much? 8. So, see, biryani, I love it so much. Okay. And next week is Bakrid. And the moment Bakrid or Ramzan comes, I think about first home, then mom, then biryani. Okay. What I realized over time is, like Abhishek mentioned, when I came to Bangalore, I was very confused which biryani to have. I used to have more of Ambur star biryani initially. Then I started trying Meghna. Then I started trying Nagarjuna, and so on and so forth. When I think about life being like a biryani, my piece of advice would be, don't just stick with one type of biryani. life has so many things to experience. Sometimes, you need that spice. Sometimes when you go to these reputed restaurants, right, they gave something in the name of biryani, but I'm not sure what it is. It is as bland as it can get. Okay. But so if you are accompanying someone, like say a huge stakeholder, then you have to get accustomed to that as well. So whatever phase in life you might be in, or whatever you might need at this point of time, pick the type of biryani and have it. Life is a biryani. Don't just settle down for curd rice, sambar rice, whatever variety rice is. Go full on and all in. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vaseem. Now that we are all sufficiently hungry for biryani, let's move on to the next. Can we have a guest? Toastmasters? Anybody? Any guest would like to volunteer? Vineet. Best meal you've had, Vineet? Vineet, best meal you've had.
So, hi everyone, good evening. So, basically I'm living in Bangalore from last 10, 12 years. I'm living alone mostly. So I crave mostly home cooked food, which my mom prepares. And best meal I had recently is rice, curd and smashed potato. That is like best meal I always crave for whenever I want something simple to eat. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Vineet. I think we would all agree that sometimes you just want simple stuff, and that ends up being the best meal. Next, can we have a member? Who hasn't had a chance? Deepak? Yeah. Toastmaster Deepak? Filter coffee or chai? Filter coffee or chai? Toastmaster Deepak.
Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. When I was a child, there was no concept of what coffee. We used to drink tea only, right? And as the economy progressed, we started getting everything in Bihar also, all kinds of choices. I think the best coffee that I have taken is in Bangalore in a restaurant, filter coffee. That's the best one which I like. And the coffee which is prepared by my daughter or my wife, that also is good. Now we have, I can manage with tea or a coffee. There is no difference next to me. So I'm omnivorous in that sense. But given a choice, I will take filter coffee, which is available in South India. So thank you very much.
Okay, who is our next sacrifice? Samar, let's go.
Samar. Samar.
Samar. Street food or fancy restaurant? Street food or fancy restaurant? Samar.
What can beat Golgappes of Delhi? Absolutely nothing. Go to any restaurant, they give you a syringe in which there will be water and then the papdi of the Golgappa. You have to make your own Golgappa. Agreed or not? Over there on that street vendor, he gives it on your own and then he pours it on your plate. What can beat that? Come on, guys. Nothing, right? Exactly. So yeah, that's my answer.
Mike. Do we have time? Okay. One more. Come on. Let's have a brave soul. We have a HSR Toastmaster represent. Sagar, one person you would like to share a thali with. One person you would like to share a thali with, Sagar.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. So, I have two stories and two people whom I would like to share my thalis. So, one is my previous flatmate. There is a story behind where did we go and the whole biryani concept of today that we have. So we went to Meghna Food, and generally people have told me Meghna doesn't serve a good biryani. The best thing they have is butter chicken. But I felt, today let's have biryani. And then we went there, we sat and we ordered 2 full biryani of Meghna. And we didn't have anything since morning because we knew that we are gonna go to Meghna Food and have biryani over there. So we went, we ordered 2 plates of full Meghna biryani. And just in case you haven't had Meghna biryani, I must tell you that 1 full plate is enough for 2 people. But if you are hungry and you haven't had anything since morning, then you can easily have 1 full plate. But we ordered for each. We thought, we need some more starters as well. So we also ordered some mutton starters as well as chicken starters. We were full, but I think there was still some space left for more biryani. So we ordered 1 more, and then we were like, let's just have this, and let's just enjoy the moment for now because we all are hungry. We shared that the extra biryani in 1 plate because we were like, we don't want to ask for any more plates. We have already had 2 plates and 2 full biryanis. Now, if we tell him that, we want 1 more plate, he'll be like, no, sorry, I cannot give you. However, yes, that was one, story where I shared thali with my previous flatmate. And the second person whom I have spent a lot of time is my best friend back in Mumbai. And I still remember the day we were sitting at his home. We had a Szechuan fried rice and an entire pouch of Szechuan spread on the top of that rice. And we were eating by hand because we were, of course, having, some drinks. And it was just a time where we are having fun with each other and we didn't give a fuck. Sorry about that. But yeah, we didn't think of. Thank you.
My apologies for that. I thought you were done. Okay, we do have time for 1 more person. Somebody, come on. Saujanya. 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 Your comfort food. Your comfort food, Saujanya. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Good evening. Yeah. My favorite food is, I will say, but you don't know. Yeah. But that is very comfortable food. That is ragi bal and sambar and rice. This is a very comfortable food for village people who are working too hard. And for the Bangalorean, my favorite food is gobi panchuri. Yeah, that is a snacks item, but it is very good. And come to the village food, my comfortable food is ragi bal, rice and sambar. Amma is made with a love and affection. It is a very love to eat. 1 year back, I shifted to Bangalore. I missed all these things. And now my favorite food is anything dosa, idli. This is my favorite food. Thank you.
Thank you, Saujanya. I think moving from one place to another, you do evolve with everything, even the food that you like. And with that, we've had a flavorful selection of Toastmasters speakers and guests. And I would like to hand the stage back, or I would like to hand the stage to the general evaluator.
Thank you. And once again, apologies for being late today, but don't worry, I have been tracking all the evaluation points and highlights from start to finish. Before I begin my report, let me start by inviting our speech evaluators on stage. Firstly, to present the evaluation for our icebreaker speaker, Sujit. Let's welcome on stage, Carol Joseph. Carol.
Okay. Good evening, everyone, and a special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Sujit. Sujit, first of all, congratulations on your first icebreaker speech. It was lovely to see who you are behind that surface of flesh and bones, and to just listen to you speak about your journey. And I think I'm so glad that you chose Toastmasters as a platform for you to blossom even further. Let me begin with the things that I really liked about your speech. Firstly is structure. Your speech had a great structure. You started with the introduction where you spoke about where you're from, your studies, the school you were brought up in, and how you were interested in cricket and football, and how you eventually moved into IIT Madras, and then from there, how you moved into a company which forms the body, and then the turning point in your life, and finally the conclusion where you talk about how you had the strong urge in you to work on your public speaking skills because of that instance at the company. So I think your speech had a great structure, opening, body, conclusion, and that was a 10 for me. Secondly is with respect to personality. So for me, your speech wasn't just a resume. It had a personality of its own. For me, when you spoke about how you enjoyed studying in such a manner that you would study beforehand itself for the next year's syllabus, or when you spoke about how when you met the client and how you would just read out from the PPT instead of explaining it to the client, or how you referenced Debsha and Saud and how they made you comfortable here. I think those elements really added personality to your speech rather than it being just a bland one. So good job on that. Now, there is just one small area that I think that can be worked upon, and that is deep diving. specifically with respect to the turning point in your life. So you did speak about how you had a hard time communicating with your client and how you understood that, okay, this is something that I have to work upon. But I would have liked to hear a little bit more upon how that particular instance made you feel. Did you feel ashamed? Did you feel embarrassed? Did you feel like, oh, I'm not going to progress anymore from here? I'm such a loser. A little bit more vulnerability on your feelings, right? And secondly, with respect to more such instances in your life, either after or before this incident, that made you feel like I should definitely work on this skill. So I think adding just this element to your speech will help us get to know who you are actually, the vulnerable you. And that would definitely add a personal touch to your speech. So in conclusion, while I thought that deep diving into that particular instance in life would have definitely elevated your speech, your structure and the personality of your speech is something you can definitely leverage in your future speeches. And I wish you all the very best for everything that's in store for you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Carol. To now evaluate our second speaker, who was Toastmaster Sangam, please welcome on stage Toastmaster Manjarika.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, and a special good evening to my target speaker, Sangam. Just like everyone has their own favorites in a meal, I also had favorites from Sangam's speech. To start with, Sangam, you had an amazing start. You started with saying, I used to think Toastmasters is about public speaking, but I didn't know it was also about cooking. Humorously tied to the theme, which is not so common during prepared speeches. And I also loved your usage of props. You brought a crescendo bag and then pulled out a dosa batter from it, which humorously grabbed all of the audience attention. And then I loved your vocal variety when you said, dosa batter? What? Real? And all the audience laughed at your humor as well. And thirdly, I also loved the confidence with which you gave the speech the entire time on stage. Now, just like a little bit of ketchup will make a samosa taste so much better, I also have some points which will take your speech to the next level. Firstly, it's the content and structure of the speech. I felt the title, the body of the speech, and the conclusion had some disconnect with it. For example, your title was about the overthinking butterfly. However, in the body, you spoke about the dosa being sticky and messy, just like our mind. And then we spoke about the Marari trip, where you saw a butterfly and how the butterfly's life cycle made you think about your own life. And then we concluded by saying, if life throws a dosa at you, don't throw it away or laugh at it, because it can be a crispy dosa just like life. Instead, I would suggest you to have a connect for all the anecdotes and props used throughout the speech, such as starting with, I felt like I was in a cocoon when I was overthinking and my mind was messy, just like a sticky dosa. However, when I saw the butterfly in my Marari trip, I realized that life can be effortless and I don't have to be overthinking so much. Secondly, I observed that there were several long pauses during your speech, which can be worked upon. Overall, you had a great start, in interesting usage of props, and I love the confidence of your speech. If you could work on having a connection throughout your speech on the content and avoiding pauses, you can definitely take your speech to the next level. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manju. Now to evaluate our final speaker for the day, who was Toastmaster Somil, can we have on stage Toastmaster Madhur?
Sawmill, you're doing great in life. Ladies and gentlemen, today we got a chance to listen to the beautifully pictured speech from Toastmaster Sawmill, where he shared how a boy who used to hate the subject of maths end up scoring 100 out of 100. Things that I really stood out for me is that you worked on the feedback you received from first evaluation. You received a feedback about the voice not being consistent in entire speech. But Sawmill, you were crystal clear to me from start to the end. And you really excelled on that. Second thing that stood out for me is the storytelling. I felt like I was sitting in Sawmill's home and watching the family drama. The discussion between you, your mother, Sawmill, you hide this paper sheet from me, or your conversation with your father, where he shows a disappointment. You really excelled at the art of storytelling. Third thing that I felt, the humor that you shared through the jokes. I felt those are the ingredients that make your speech really delicious. Now coming on, what can make your speech even better? I felt there could be some more relevance in second part of the speech. For example, you shared how Kotra sir make you believe that you are capable of doing anything in life after scoring 100 out of 100 in maths. But you could have shared how this thought or this momentum helped you to do the engineering, and you excelled at maths. And even after all of this, still these lessons are relevant to you till this date. Why? Because you believe in yourself. So in this way, you could have bring some relevance. And second thing that I want to challenge you is I really like the expression during your speech and the purposeful stage movement. But I felt in a point where you were sharing some thoughts, you could have enhanced or make the expression even more better. For example, the moment where you were sharing lessons or you scored 100 out of 100 in maths, you could have shared this with a pride. But I find the expression little consistent on that point. But overall, I really like the way you worked on the feedback and the art of storytelling that you displayed through your speech and the humor. But we can work on the relevance of the story, especially in the later part. And I want to challenge you on the expressions. With that, I wish you best of luck for all the speeches, and you are killing it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Madhur. Now let's call upon my tag team, starting with the timer who will be presenting his report. Let's welcome on stage Toastmaster Sri Hari.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
I've been tracking the timing for the last 1.5 hours, I guess, and I have the report ready with me. We had a total of, I haven't summarized it myself here, so I'll be doing it here as I stand on the stage. We had a total of 3 prepared speeches. All 3 speeches were right on time. Sujit spoke for 4 minutes, 58 seconds, whereas the expectation was 4 to 6 minutes. Sangam spoke for 6 minutes, 34 seconds for the speech that was 5 to 7 minutes long. And Sawmill spoke for 6 minutes and 28 seconds. We had 6 table topic speeches. 3 were finished on time. 3 were not outside the time limits. Wasim spoke for 1 minute 46 seconds. Vineet for 29 seconds. Deepak for 1 minute 19 seconds. Samath for 42 seconds. Sagar for 2 minutes 59 seconds, and Saujanya for 1 minute and 5 seconds. Coming to the evaluation, the timing expectation is 2 to 3 minutes. We had 1 finishing on time and 2 slightly spilling over. Carol spoke for 3 minutes 12 seconds, Mancharika for 2 minutes 58 seconds, Mathur for 3 minutes and 25 seconds. That kind of summarized the time speeches. I've also noted down the timing for other speeches as well. Some, not all of them, maybe some of them. If somebody is interested, you can reach out to me for.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sri Hari. To now present the R Counter report, let's welcome on stage our R Counter Toastmaster Pragya.
Once again,
Good evening.
in today's meeting, we had a very less ums and a lot of yums. But I get the biryani. So I'm presenting my R Counter report. Firstly, I would like to have applause for Toastmaster Carol and Toastmaster Akshay because they were flawless all over the meeting. So can we have a round of applause? Okay. Now, I will just tell how many R's or repetitive words each speaker had. Firstly, Toastmaster Sujit, you had 3 R's, and also you have repeated give me, give me. So you can work on that one. And also you had 2 long pauses. Toastmaster Sangam, you had a tendency of using so. So you have used it 3 times in your speech. Toastmaster Somil, your speech was really great. You have only used R 2 times, and other than that, you were flawless. Toastmaster Abhishek, you also have a tendency of using R, so you have used it 15 times. You can work on it. I had got a feedback or also a tip from my mentor that rather than using R or sounds, we can have a pause at that time. So you can work on that. Toastmaster Deepak has used R 2 times and 2 times. Toastmaster Sagar, no, sorry, you're Toastmaster, right? Yeah, sorry. Toastmaster Sagar has used 2 times and also you have tendency of using you know, so that was one thing. And Toastmaster Manju has used for 2 times. Toastmaster Madhur, you have used for 2 times. So this was my report. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pragya. Now to present the grammarian report, can we have on stage Toastmaster Vibha?
Good evening again.
Good evening.
So I'm back with my grammarian report. I will start with the good usage of sentences used throughout the meeting. Abhishek, you used good things takes time, reset button, food for thought. These are really good phrases that you used. Sangam, you used rush through time. I am just like the butterfly who just wanted to fly. This sentence was really impactful in your speech. So I really liked it. And life does not work the same way. When life gives you sticky dosa, don't throw it. Instead, sour it in different way. So really good choices of the sentences. Somil used mountains to move. Carol used blossom. So these were some good phrases and sentences used. Now I come to the incorrect usage of grammar. So someone mentioned so that our speaker are time. Instead of that, they could have said so that our speakers be on time. Next is speech in nice manner. Instead of that, you could have used deliver speech nicely. Next is Simi and me were in meeting. So instead of using me, you could have used I here. Simi and I were in a meeting, because I is used when you are in action and me is used when you are receiving the action. So yeah, and one ingredient, instead of that you could have used one ingredient. That's one is singular. So yeah, and the next is Amma is made with love and affection. So instead of that, you could have used, this is mentioned for a dish. So you could have used Amma make it with love and affection. And do you all remember the word of the day?
Seva.
Yeah, and we used it 2 times. One was by me and another one was by Sangam. So if I missed, I'm so sorry, but yeah, that's all about the grammarian report. Thank you, and back to you, Judy.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vibha. The moment we're all been waiting for, let's welcome our special role taker on stage to entertain us a little bit. Oh my God. Please welcome on stage Toastmaster Badri. Badri, 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 Badri. Oh my goodness. There you go. There you go. Shh, everyone. Yeah. Once again, a great good evening to the Toastmasters and my dear guests. Evening. Are we ready for the Aroma challenge? I'll explain the ground rules of this challenge. We are going to have 2 rounds. One is the Aroma challenge. Another one is the touch challenge. When called upon by, I will call the random people and they have to come and they have to take a particular food item. And there are 2 set of categories that I have said. For uncooked items, we have 4 set of food here. For cooked items, we have 4 set of foods. Each one have to pick one and I will be making them blindfolded. Once that is done, you have to look for the particular food item and you have to guess what is the food item. For the benefit of you, I'll be giving you a description of the particular food item once you started taking the particular food item. Any volunteer at first? Mani Kumar. Hey! Mani! 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 We're going to cook food items or uncooked food items? Okay. This is touch base. Wait. Just wait. Just wait. Chocolate. Mani got an uncooked item. Dark on the outside. Light within. I transform completely when given time and care. Becoming soft, smooth, and essential to many beloved dishes. You can eat it, eat it. Put it in your mouth. Yes, put it. You can put it. Put it in your mouth. You can do it.
No.
Put it in your mouth.
Close this.
Let's have a guess. Money. Yes, eat it. Taste it. Arey, taste. You'll get the answer quickly. Taste it. Why would you eat that?
Yeah, you're close actually. Any guesses?
The doll, this is used to make the doll.
Yeah. But what is this?
You have to say the word.
Yeah. Tur dal. Mani got it. Now, who is going to try the cooked items, the aroma challenge? Hold it. You will find me in celebrations, hidden in sweetness. I'm small. I'm small, but I leave behind a royal fragrance.
Eat it. Put it in your mouth. Put it in your mouth. Put it in your mouth.
This is a sweet, but this is a
What could go?
no. This is the spice actually used in the speech. See, I'll once again say.
Go, put more.
You will find me in celebrations, hidden in sweetness. I'm small, but I leave behind a royal fragrance. Just smell it and you will just say the spice. Yeah, he got it. It's cardamom. Yeah, sure. Just take. Actually,
one.
Let's go with the touch base thing. Any volunteer us next?
I think Carol should go. Carol, Carol. Hey!
Come on.
Carol, 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 Carol.
What shit?
I think it's closer.
Just blindfold yourself. Just blindfold yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Is it here?
I'll give.
Okay. It's on, right?
Yeah, it's uncooked. Can you show me?
Okay.
Smell it. Smell it. It's raw. Smell it. Eat it. Okay, now put it in your mouth.
It's an uncooked item.
Yeah.
This will transform.
Badri, give her a spoon.
I'll give you a description. I transform completely when I given time and care, becoming soft, smooth, and essential to many beloved dishes.
I think it's some wrong.
This is pepper. It's the thing which is very soft. Is it that by any chance? No?
Yeah, so I'll give you another description. See,
That's the correct
It's-
answer, Carol.
Carol,
That thing which is very
it's dark on the outside, light within it, inside. No, no.
Just because you don't like chia seeds also. So I'm not able to identify. It's
Okay.
blue carrot. Oh, this is the one. I don't know the name though.
This is actually urad dal. Thanks everyone. I hope you have liked this challenge. Yeah, let's taste all the particular dishes today. Let's have a good evening.
Okay, that was interesting. Never seen anything like that before. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I am back and I will be presenting the General Evaluators report for the entire meeting from start to finish. First of all, once again, apologies for being late. But like I said, I have been listening from the very beginning. Let's start with pre-meeting setup. We did have a small delay of about 10 minutes, which was due to an audio check, which did not work out. A small piece of feedback for the XCOM team and the SAA, always weigh in the priority if it's something that does not have to impact the start of the meeting. Maybe we can push it to a later time. When I walked in, the room was very dark I don't know why I could barely see my steps, but I do feel that when we set up the room, let's ensure to turn all the lights as much as possible because there was one entire section which was off. But other than that, I think everything else turned out just fine. We had a lot of guests today, Naman, Karthik, Saujanya, a bunch of you, Paspal. Thank you all for taking out time in your Sunday to come here. Let's give a big round of applause to all of our guests. Now let's start with specific feedbacks for the different role takers, starting with the Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Dev Shah. Toastmaster Dev Shah, one of your greatest strengths is your ability to leverage the theme to connect with the audience. You did that once again today where you asked the audience members to pick out songs with food items, which resulted in many answers, such as Jalebi Bai and a bunch of others as well. You talked about how Toastmasters is not about eating toast, but giving toast. Hilarious. My one small feedback for you, Dev Shah, is you have to ensure that you are accurate, especially when it comes to Toastmasters specific details. At one point, he said, Toastmasters is present in 270,000 places. I think 270,000 is our number of members. 14,000 is the number of clubs and 140 is the number of countries we are in, right? You also mentioned that here we avoid talking about sex, religion, and politics, though in actuality, there is no issue with talking with that. It's just about talking about it in a sensitive manner, right? So be sure to have these minor details on point so that it is consistent from meeting to meeting. Coming next to our presiding officer, Twinshu. Twinshu, great job today. You mentioned about the Bright Hearts mission statement, about how we're all here to excel in our professional life. You had a very interesting introduction with Abhishek, where both of you had a discourse. Was that planned or are you two just best friends? Like what's planned? Okay, great. Nonetheless, very unique way to start the meeting. My only small feedback for you, Twinshu, is when you introduce Abhishek, see if you can also introduce him from the terms of his professional career, his achievements in Toastmasters, his past XCOM roles, maybe even the LEAP program and things like that. So as to give his introduction weight as well. Coming next to our Toastmaster of the day, Abhishek. Abhishek, it was such a lovely and nicely curated meeting. Let's give a big round of applause for Abhishek. The highlights for me are endless. First of all, the outfit was beautiful. When I was watching online, for me, the perspective was somebody just stepped out and suddenly came back with a chef's outfit. So honestly, from an online perspective, that transition was really lovely to see. You had a lot of games. You had a lot of audience engagement activities. And the introduction was very funny as well. When you told Twinshu just wait for 1.5 hours, I burst out laughing in the cab. I don't know why. I just found that really funny. There was an entire section where you tease the audience into saying, what is the most important thing for biryani? And then you said, it's patience. You got it wrong. But my only area of feedback, given the meeting was about Indian cuisine, it did feel very biryani centric, right? Very. It's almost like you like biryani. So when you pick a theme as broad as this, see if you can cover more aspects. Personally, for me, I'm not a big biryani fan. I know it's not the greatest thing in the world. Don't boo me. Who booed me? But see how you can cover more aspects. But overall, great job. Coming next to our tag role takers, Srihari, wonderful job. You started by making a comparison about how timing is important for both cooking and public speaking. You talked about how you overboil tea and you never get it right. You also paid attention to small details, which is very rare for a new timer, because one thing about a timer is you should never explicitly mention who got disqualified. I don't know if you did that intentionally or not, but you made sure that you didn't mention their names explicitly. So that was nicely done, because sometimes I notice these small things tend to be missed when you do this role for the first time. As an area of improvement, we're demonstrating it right now. The card, just straighten it up a little bit and turn it face forward, facing to me. And this is very important, right? Because sometimes if you bend your elbow, it's very likely the person on stage may not see it. So be sure to always keep your hand nice and erect. All right, pull up. All right. Let's go next to Pragya, who is our R counter. Pragya, again, you started with a beautiful analogy of how the 4 major ingredients to tea is so and so, and the 4 major phrases or concepts of crutches are C, R, P, and F. Very nicely done. Small issues in terms of clarity when you define pauses as just awkward long pauses, but pauses also encompasses short pauses, which was something we saw in some of the speakers today. And fillers you defined as ahs and ums, but ahs and ums are crutch sounds. Fillers refer to crutch phrases, so, actually, so things like that. So make sure that your definitions of these different categories are on point. Overall, otherwise, great report, no other major feedback. When you're presenting the numbers, try not to be too explicit. You don't have to mention like 15, 17, 32.5. After a certain point, just say it was more than 10, right? It crossed a certain number. That should be more than enough. Vibha, as the grammarian, you started with a very relatable instance about food memories from your childhood. The word of the day was seva, which I think 2 people used, which was fine, not a bad number at all. You talked about how, I liked your report, specifically when you talked about the simi and me versus simi and I. You got into the technicals of English grammar, which people don't tend to do often with the grammarian role, but they should when it comes to articles, adverbs, verbs, conjunctions. It's great. And I think that sets a great precedent for grammarians to come. Coming to Badri, who is our special role taker, Badri is there. Wonderful activity, very engaging, never seen anything like it. The setup was well thought out as well. Of course, one thing you could have thought of was how could you accommodate more people in a lesser span of time, because it did feel like the activity was quite time consuming. So love the creativity, but whenever we pick these creative premises, let's see how we can be time efficient as well. Because the general timing for all tag role takers is 2 to 3 minutes. That's a standard, right? So see how you can do that. Other than that, very impressive. Carol, you couldn't guess urad dal. What's wrong with you? Such a loser. Like, it's so obvious. Everyone knows what urad dal tastes like. Money, meanwhile, was like, tur dal. like one master, like he eats it every day. All right. So with that, there were a bunch of notes which are on my phone, which I wrote during the cab ride. Let me now get into the prepared speakers, evaluators, and table topic speakers. Starting with Toastmaster Carol. Carol, I know you took the icebreaker evaluator role ad hoc at the very last moment. Again, one of your greatest strengths on stage is your presence, your vocal clarity, and your command. It is simply unparalleled, right? And I think you should continue to lean into that. A very encouraging evaluation for Sujit, who was an icebreaker speech. My small feedback point for you is when you present evaluations, try to avoid broad umbrellas in terms of areas of improvement. When you provide feedback on structure, it's a very broad umbrella which comprises of introduction, body, conclusion, and sometimes you may not end up getting to the nitty-gritties and specifics of things, right? And even when you talked about personality, I didn't quite get how it indicated a great personality when you provided your substantiating points. So what I like to do is just lessen or narrow down the scope of my highlights and areas of improvements, so the words that I'm using make sense with the stories that I'm quoting. So just a small thing there. Sujit, wonderful job. Welcome to Toastmasters. You at one point had the opportunity to take out your script and read through the entire thing, but you referred to it only once, which is an incredible thing. Keep doing what you do. Let's once again hear a big round of applause for Sujit. Coming next, let's get Manju with Manju. Manju, evaluator number 2. You talked about your evaluation for Toastmasters Sangam. Love your presence. You got a very encouraging manner on stage, which I love. My biggest highlight for you was how you identified what I perceived as the biggest AOI for Sangam, which was how there were a few disconnects due to a myriad of metaphors, or rather similes. It was about the dosa batter. It was about the butterfly. I would have probably gone with a different suggestion there. My suggestion for Sangam would have been between a simile regarding dosa batter and a simile regarding butterfly. Pick one, right? So that the speech would have been more focused. You went with a direction where you tried to make both work, which was also great, but something to consider. So it's great because you're able to now identify the key points, which is a lovely step in the right direction as an evaluator. So wonderful job there. Sangam, the overthinking butterfly. Where is Sangam? Sangam is there. Sangam, as I mentioned, the first point was there. The second point is regarding Toastmasters references. So you did mention crescendo. You did mention when you saw your photo on Instagram. Some guests may not know what crescendo is. Some guests may not have realized you were referencing the winner's poster on our Instagram page, right? My very minor point of feedback there is have references and sentences in your speech that every single person can understand without being a Toastmaster, right? So that Saujanya can understand it, Vineet can. So very minor thing, just consider that. Other than that, everything Manjalika covered. Coming next to Madhur. Madhur, what a tough situation you were put in today. I do not envy you whatsoever. But once again, what a lovely introduction. The way you started this speech, this is something we had discussed, so catchy, got everyone's attention, really nailed it. You talked about how his storytelling and his humor were his greatest highlights, which I agree to as well. You really identified the right ones there. From an area of improvement, you mentioned that he could have spoken about how his lessons from this speech could have translated into his engineering journey, maybe. Now, it's likely that that may not have been the direction of his speech, right? And I see why you went there, because in the premises of his speech, there was very little to critique, so you went another direction. My small piece of feedback here would be try to evaluate the speech from what the speaker is trying to do. There are always ways in which we can say, okay, you should have tried this, how about you do that? But within the scope of the speech, what is the feedback you can provide? Somil. Somil, I've been part of this club since June 2024. I've been part of 12 pre-charter meetings. I've been part of 81 meetings. And I can say with full confidence that this was one of the greatest Bright Hearts Toastmasters speeches I have ever seen. I have written nothing for you. I have written nothing for you. When you can make the general evaluator forget to take notes and just pay attention, it's really something. And this was something I think we should all take away today, because what Somil did today transcended the boundaries of just coming and doing a speech. It was someone who prepared so hard. It was almost international speech contest caliber, where your ending was so powerful. Humor was there, emotion was there, everything was there. And I know how much work you put into it, and it translated into something that I will remember for years to come. I think all of us should take some notes from what Somil did today, not just on stage, but behind the scenes. And that is the performance all of us should be striving to do through our prepared speeches. Excellent job. Excellent job. Coming next to table topics. To table topics master Arna, wonderful job. You were very constrained on time, but I love how you made the most of it to accommodate 6 speakers. My small piece of feedback for you, Arna, is that for Samarth and Vineet, they probably didn't spend as much time with the topic. One recommendation is you can always make your topics more specific. For example, for Vineet, rather than just saying best meal you've ever had, say best meal you've had and why. For Samarth, street food or restaurant food and why. So that it is explicit and clear to them as well that they have more to say other than just naming the food, because some guests may think it's just a one word or one sentence answer, right? So this is our small part to make it more specific. Coming next to the table topic speakers, Wasim, life is like a biryani. I love the take about how life is like biryani. You should try different kinds of biryani. And you mentioned because that's what adds spice to life. I would have heard what adds spice to your life. Where was that instant or that anecdote where you told us that you are living your message, trying this, X, Y, Z? That's the only thing. But in terms of everything else, I thought you were great. Vineet, the best meal you've ever had is rice, curd, and smashed potatoes. First of all, why? Is this a good combination? I'm not sure. But as I mentioned, and this is a collective feedback for Vineet and Samarth, when you're on stage, try to make the most of it. Just talk, see if you can come up with more points. Like you also talked about Golgappas from Delhi. Maybe elaborate a bit more so you can hit that 1 minute mark, right? But otherwise, thank you so much, both of you, for being brave enough to come on the stage, take that opportunity. First of many times to come. Am I right, Bright Hearts? First of many times to come. Yeah? Deepak, coffee wasn't there in your time. What, 1700s or what? When is your time? Okay, but I get what you were trying to say. Probably not as culturally popular compared to tea. Nonetheless, you talked about a very nice line in between where you like the coffee prepared by your daughter or your wife. A very small, touching sentence, which I like. Talked about filter coffee as a whole, great. Volume-wise, you are definitely getting better. I was standing there and I was able to hear you clearly. Of course, that is one thing you can continue to keep working on. Find ways to be louder. But in terms of adhering to the topic, great job done there. Sagar, who would you share your thali with and why? So you talked about Meghna Biryani. And first of all, I have been in Bangalore for 14 years. Nobody ever says Meghna Biryani is known for butter chicken. I don't know. Maybe I was confused there, right? So that's one thing. The topic was who would you share your thali with? So the emphasis should have ideally been on the person rather than the experience with biryani. So something to consider. I don't think a name was also mentioned, right? So consider leaning into the topic more. The way you described your experience at Meghna was great, but we would have liked to hear who you experienced it with. Finally, Saujanya, your comfort food was Ragyapal? How do you spell that? Ragi bowl? Okay. Ball? Ragi balls. Okay. I don't know. I've never heard about this before, but pretty cool. And you talked about, I know, I'm so sorry. But you talked about gobi Manchurian, how your comfort foods changed after you came to Bangalore, rice, dosa, idli. Again, always wonderful. And a guest can come on the stage and showcase this personality. So specifically to Shaujanya, Samart, and Vineet, great job. Let's hear a big round of applause for that. I'm just going to take one more minute to wrap up my final thoughts. General overall feedback about the meeting. The room is full today. There were no chairs empty, which is fantastic. So kudos to the PR team, to the XCOM team. Always lovely to come into a full room when it comes to Bright Hearts Toastmasters. Audience energy and claps, always great. I always request every person in the audience should be clapping. Every person in the audience, if you have the vocal chops, yell as well, right? Because we want to make sure that every person who comes on the stage feels special, right? Role takers, I highly advise that all of you sit up front. And maybe XCOM, this is something we can consider. Can we have the TMOD sit by the side rather than walking up front, back all the time? Maybe we can follow a similar philosophy with the GE as well. TMOD and GE sitting up front, right? But all role takers always recommend sit up front rather than in the back. Final piece of feedback regarding the tag role takers. I've noticed in the last couple of meetings, tag role takers tend to go a little over time. We tend to take on an average 4 to 5 minutes, sometimes longer. We have to find a way to rein that back in, right? Because the tag role taker traditionally has to take maximum 3 minutes, both in terms of their introduction and their report. So see how we can work on that. Other than that, I have covered everyone. I have no other major feedback. Let's open up our phones to vote for the best role taker, best auxiliary role taker, best table topic speaker, and best evaluator. The URL is bit.ly/BHTM vote 2. bit.ly/BHTM VOTE 2. Most importantly, please put in your feedback for the session as well. What did you think about Bright Hearts 81? What did you love the most? What would you like to see us do better so that we can entertain you better the next time as well? We'll give everyone 60 seconds. Devsha, please let us know once we have at least 15 votes. If anyone is facing internet issues, please access the Wi-Fi network titled Mushroom. Put in the password mushroom in all lower cases, and you should get blazing fast internet. We're 8 minutes away from the meeting ending on time, so let's try to speed up our votes. How many people have finished voting? Raise your hands. Okay, we've got just about roughly 10. Let's see if we can get that 20 as soon as possible. Requesting everyone to vote, including guests. Best vote takers. Diksha, do we have 15 votes at least? Not yet. Requesting folks to continue voting. Everyone, please vote on the link if you haven't done so already. All right, everyone, please continue voting. With that, let me welcome on stage the man who makes any room sunny, the man who is funny, and the man who is cuter than a bunny. Oh, I'm not bringing money on stage. Let's welcome on stage the man who is Kinshu, the man who is Chinshu. Give it up for Kinshu.
Good evening once again, lovely bright hearts, dear guests, and HSR Toastmasters people. So, how did you like today's meeting? Awesome.
Very much.
Very much what? Yummy, very much yummy, delicious, and whatnot. But did you guys truly savor this meeting?
Yes.
Great, great. So, is there any guest left to come on this stage? Maybe table topic or someone till the essay creates that certificate thing, completes that. Why not, Naman? You come and share the experience in summary. Naman, 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 Naman. Just summarize your experience today attending this Bright Hearts.
So my experience has been very phenomenal, and I came to interact with some people, and yeah, it's good. And thinking about to attend the next session also. Thank you.
Great, Naman. So, anyone else? Samat, you can. Why don't you? Samat, 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 Samat.
So I've been to Bright Hearts once more, and comparatively, the theme and the way things changed, it was amazing, like genuinely. The way people were bringing tables and yeah, that I didn't expect that. I was just sitting there, okay, why are you bringing a table here? But yeah, it was honestly amazing. And yeah, surely I will improve in my speaking skills soon. So yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Samar, for that lovely words. And we are excited to see you as soon as a bright heart. Yeah, okay, so it's time for announcement. But there's something exciting happening in HSR world of Toastmasters. So why don't I'd like to call Sulagno for announcement.
Good evening, Bright Hearts. All right. I'll probably like to begin with a question. What do you think of when you hear HSR Toastmasters Club? Sister club, friendly neighborhood club, right? All right. It's been so nice to see Bright Hearts get chartered, I think almost about 2 years back. And you had a beautiful journey. I think you're going to complete 2 years in August, I think, right? And it's a pleasure to come over here and share this with our sister club. So I'd like to cordially invite you all to a very special occasion. HSR Toastmasters Club is going to have its 500th milestone meeting next Saturday at Hustle Hub. So I want to see all of you there. And it's not going to be a very usual meeting. It's going to be evening filled with nostalgia, a lot of interactive segments, music, fun activities, celebrating the spirit of Toastmasters, right? And we would also like to celebrate this as a really important thing because it's just not a random Toastmaster meeting. It's a 500 meeting. So many meetings throughout so many years, right? We have celebrated so many people, their journeys, their leadership, friendship, and memories that we have built all over the years. So I'm here to invite you for that meeting that is happening on next Saturday and probably give you a little glimpse of the kind of magic you can probably expect at the event next Saturday. I'd like to call the dynamic duo from our club, our in-house poet, Toastmaster Sagar, and Toastmaster Prathamesh, our little Virat.
So, well, this poem is dedicated to all the men and is written in Hindi. कहते हैं मर्दों को समझना आसान है चलो फिर शुरू करते हैं कहते हैं मर्दों को समझना आसान है तो फिर क्यों ये खुद में उलझे रहते हैं आना वो शख्स रोज कड़वाहट लाएगा लेकिन वो बात उसके दिल में हर पल ले आएगा दिमाग में खुद के वो रोज खटखटाएगा लेकिन करेगा वही जो उसके दिल में आएगा अगर इतना ही आसान है समझना तो समझो ना डरा तो वो भी है सहमा हुआ तो वो भी है दर्द उसके दिल में भी है भटकी उसकी रूह भी है खफा उससे खुदा भी है चाहेगा तो खुदगर्जी उसके अंग अंग से चमकेगी माँ बाप बीवी फिर बच्चों की खुशियां उसकी खुदगर्जी कहलाएगी सपने तो उसने भी देखे हैं लेकिन पूरे उसके अपनों के लिए होते हैं अपने जख्मों पे मलहम वो खुद लगाते जाएगा कर्म अपना धर्म समझ के वो चलता जाएगा चलता जाएगा चलता जाएगा और लोग कहते हैं मर्दों को समझना आसान
That's a teaser. You want to see more of it? Please turn up next Saturday. Hustle up, 4 to 7. So can I get a yes? Are you all turning up? Thank you. And just one tiny more request. Go into our Instagram handle and there's one registration form. Please fill that up. It'll help us get a head count and prepare better for the year. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Solagno and team, for that announcement. We are all excited and will be there for HSR 500 meeting milestone. Are not we? Are we?
Yes.
So yeah, so it's time for a second announcement. For that, I would like to call Mani. Can you come on stage?
Yes. How are you all doing? Yes. So I would like to mention that we will be slightly overboarding the agenda time. I hope everyone is okay for it. Yes. For the next announcement, may I request Akshay also to please join on stage. Yes. So this is all about in terms of now we have about to close this program year. That is July 2025 to June 2026. And now we are opening up and entering to a new program year, starting from July 1st, 2026 to the end term, that is December 31st, 2026. What's special, Akshay, about the next term? What is coming up?
I'm glad you asked, Mani. So I was watching the Crescendo summary video. It was a 4-minute video that's been shared on the Crescendo updates group. I don't know how many of you got a chance to see that. Primarily, who were the people featured in that video were the role takers, the leadership, of course, club coaches, etc. But there was only one club who got a dedicated 4 to 5 second clip in that 4-minute video. It was a drone shot that panned across all 20 members holding the cardboard cutouts. Do you know which club that was? And I remember in that moment, and Vanita, our regional advisor of Region 13, came to me and told me, because she and Aleta, our Toastmasters International President, were sitting up front. You have to understand, there were close to 55, 60 clubs who came on the stage on that day to receive awards. But for our specific club, Aleta turned to Vanita and said, I love the energy these guys bring, right? And that's something that's so unique to our club, so much so that in our 2 years journey, we've come so far that the international president of Toastmasters has talked about us not once, but twice, even in the town hall that followed after the session, right? Where does this all stem from? This all stems from us building this community in the last 2 years, but also running the community. The club started probably 2.5 years ago when me and Arundhati were at my place with a whiteboard up front and we were writing down names. The first one was Lion Hearts, then came Stellar Hearts, then came Bright Hearts, and we were like, oh, that one sounds like it fits. And I never would have in my wildest dreams imagined that we would come this far. And it's all thanks to every single person who served in the executive committee in the last 2 years, including the current term. So first of all, let's give a big round of applause to them. And the wheel keeps on rolling. The wheel of time keeps on moving. Starting July, we're going to have a brand new president. Starting July, we're going to have a brand new executive committee. For this reason, we are going to be facilitating the club elections for our upcoming executive committee for July to December 2026. This is one of the most paramount elections of our club because it's going to be the first time we represent in District 227, which is Karnataka and Goa. We only have one shot to make sure our first impression lands hard, and a lot of responsibility will be banking on these men and women who take up the responsibility in this upcoming term. So I truly hope that we are able to create a magic team that leads us into the future. And Mani, can you tell us when those elections are happening?
Yes. Thank you for passing on to me. Yes, the elections are going to happen in the first Sunday of June month, which is on, anyone remembers the date? Yes, it's on June 7th at the same venue, Mushroom, at 4 o'clock. And for that, what our club member has to do, Akshay, for that?
Well, we are going to be rolling out a form pretty soon where you are going to submit your candidatures and nominations. If you have any questions about any of the officer roles, any questions about the time commitments, anything of that sort, please feel free to reach out to me, Mani, Sayuj, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. There will be a form rolled out soon. Time decided yet?
Yes, it is going to happen before the next week begins.
Okay, before the next week begins, right? So once again, we really hope for enthusiastic responses from everyone. It's an exciting time because more than all the officers, for the first time, our club is not going to be led by a veteran like, say, me or Arundhati or Mani. For the first time ever, we're going to have an actual OG Brightheart run the club. It's a very exciting time to pass on that torch to the new blood of our club, and let's see how it goes. So will you all support us in this journey to make the bright way the right way?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And with that,
I have only one question to all the audience, especially to all the Bright Hearts. Are you up for the game to take the Bright Hearts even higher? Yes. Perfect. Yes. Now we'll back the stage to our presiding officer.
Twin Supermar. Thank you so much.
So finally, it's time to announce winners of today's meeting. It's decisive moment. So first up, we have Best Table Topic Speaker. And Best Table Topic Speaker award goes to Wasim Fazil. Wasim. 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 So when it comes to storytelling or public speaking, we all look up to Wasim. He's also our previous buddy group member, and he's leading that. And still it's thriving. So thank you, Wasim, for all your inputs and feedback to inspire us. Next up, we have Best Auxiliary Role. And Best Auxiliary Role award goes to Badri Narayan. Badri. 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 Badri comes up with very special roles, putting it all his creativity onto it. and we all enjoy that. I still remember 2-3 special roles he did, and it all inspired us. So thank you, Badri, and keep on doing it. Next up, we have Best Role Player. And Best Role Player award goes to Akshay Abraham Oman. Akshay, 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 Akshay. So any amount of words I say would be not enough, I feel, because he is one of our co-founder of our club and leading the Bright Hearts from the center, front, back, and everything around. So, thank you, Akshay, for all your inspiring all of us. Thank you. The next up, we have Best Evaluator. The Best Evaluator award goes to Madhur Patle. Madhur, 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 Madhur. Madhur is one of our club's OG evaluator, I would say. Every time he comes and evaluates, he does something which gives the mentee a better option and feedback to improve onto next meetings. And we all get inspired from you as well. So, Madhur, all the best and congratulations. And finally, Best Speaker. Best Speaker award goes to Saumil Gupta. Saumil, 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 Saumil. Saumil, today you killed it. I mean, like even if you are in, it doesn't feel like you are in project, level 1 or maybe level 2. I'm not sure, but you are still in the start of the Toastmasters, is what I feel. But the delivery that you did is just heads off. So keep doing it, and I love it. We love it today. Fun for a group picture. Thank you very much. Congratulations. A big round of applause for all the winners today. It's time to adjourn today's meeting number 81, and I hereby close meeting number 81. A small announcement I have, just that is clear the premises before you leave. And it's time for a group picture. Let's gather onto the stage. Please come up front.
We just have to. Which you take a photo of the evaluation. Who will take? Sangha. Also, I just need to do something.